if you could go back to when your kids were in school and your son said, I don't like school. Could you have imagined at that moment that you would move to unschooling, or was that something that was a bridge too far for you to think about?
Oh, that was definitely a bridge too far for me to think about. I would never have thought. I told you, I didn't even know what unschooling was. I did not know that it existed. I knew homeschooling. I mean, but I knew all the stereotypes of homeschooling, and so, but I still thought, well, if I do it, it's not going to be like that. So I took a chance. But I did not even imagine. I could not imagine that I would have allowed myself to give the children as much freedom as they have now. I wouldn't even imagine that.
No, Tiersa, real quick, Kath, I actually think that that folks like us, we do ourselves a disservice by telling parents about some of what we're doing with unschooling, because it's just such a far jump. But instead, talking about like what I think most families do, which is, okay, we're going to start by just being at home, and maybe we'll do school at home, but then we're going to reduce the workload, we're going to reduce the structure, we're going to start to move back, almost backing into a better environment, which is what I did, what you did, sounds like.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. I always tell people that you don't have to go full on unschooling if you're not comfortable with that. You can taking the kids out of school is giving them a tremendous amount of freedom, because you're giving them the freedom to go to the bathroom when they want. You're giving them the freedom to get a snack when they're hungry. You've already given them so much more freedom than they already have at school, even if you're doing it with set curriculum. Even if you can still dictate, well, we can do this on weekends, or we can do night school. You still have more control. We can go on vacation in October, which we do as a family. We're not bound to the school calendar. So you're still getting a tremendous amount of freedom, and you get to learn with your kids all the things you didn't know or you forgot. You get to learn with them, and also you get to curate their curriculum to your culture. There's a lot of talk about critical race theory in schools right now, and how people don't want it to be in schools, and everything I hear about, I'm like, that's what I talk about every day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this, what is the problem? I talk to my kids about these things every single day. So yeah, I think that even if you're not comfortable letting your kids be self-directed, there's tremendous benefits just from homeschooling, just in general. There's plenty of ways to do it. You can do it virtually, you could buy the box of curriculum, there's plenty of ways.